this could be good. I don't feel what I normally feel when the priest card comes out. Let's see what's up with this one. You got a couple million in cash. Pioneer. And there's the priest at the bottom. Alright, so the light attribute is doing what has not been done before. Compulsive need to keep moving on. I don't feel like it would be that one. Tell me about this. Another option. Oh, this could be of sermons speaking about God allowing the possibility that maybe the sun god even, maybe speaking more about Ra. This reminds me of the Vatican or something. One of those old churches with that shit on the outside of the building with copper. That's what that reminds me of. This looks like the Vatican to me. What's up here? Did they visit? I was overwhelmed and mesmerized, okay, by what I saw on the outside of the building, what I saw on the inside of the building, that I had to sign something. What did you have to sign? That you wouldn't take pictures? Or why is this so prison-like or secretive? Yeah, look at this shit. The altar. Even if this is a priest or a pastor, I believe, that's married, I feel that you felt completely judged. I don't know if you had conversations with somebody. I don't know if this is the Pope or anything, or just somebody in there, and it feels like you're married. You could even be gay or something, and you adopted a child. That the judgment that I feel, it's making me doubt. I mean, this is the Vatican. This shit is making me doubt. Or this is a church in another country that is well known, where you wouldn't have felt so. I'm in shock. Yeah, yes, this is my dick. That's what I feel like. It's first off, the crazy thing is all the things that we hear about child sacrifice and things when it comes to this kind of thing. They had the balls to make you out to be the devil, is what this feels like to me. Someone that talks about reaping and sowing. What else would I'm feeling? The way that they live, and then seeing the town or the area around them. How many children there are in there? Were there a lot of children? Yeah, the lies and shit. Oh, I don't know if this guy saw something online or on TV about this place, and I feel like they're like, this is a fucking lie. It's just the whole thing. The whole thing is a lie. Who's this Queen of Pentacles? Oh, wait. Who is this? Was there a wishing well or something? I don't know why they're saying wishing well. Kiss and tell. Uh-oh. O.M. Mona Barton. Oh, yeah. Mob, too. Do you feel like this is connected to some mobs? And I don't know, MB, I just felt masturbator. Did you walk in and see something, sir? You're too excited. Somebody came out. Curtain. Then there was a child there. And then there's my card. And fixing themselves. Oh my God. Yep, there's some type of prostitution going on here. This one is a madam. I feel like the woman that's posing as something valor and valiant is actually a madam. And I have a feeling that if you went to hotels around this place, we'll say, I'm in disbelief at how much it's just right in front of my face for God's place being right here. That's what I feel. All right, so there could be some people who are visiting certain places who are seeing things clearly when it comes to religion, doctrine. Tell me something else. God in the universe, hear my prayers. All right, good. I am here at this present point in time by no mistake. This was in the reverse. And this is still somebody that believes that God, everybody's prayers are answered. But the belief that they're here. Oh, this is the Big Bang Theory. Because the Big Bang Theory to me says that it was a mistake or some kind of crazy thing that happened that wasn't planned. And the Bible, Genesis, kind of says the opposite of that, right? So this is somebody that believes in God but is iffy on how we got here. That's what I feel. I still feel there's something bigger out there, whether we call it that or not. But that this could have possibly been some kind of just crazy happening, and now we're here and we don't really, this is the result. You deserve a free taco, but this card is in no way redeemable for one. This feels to me like you don't get what you deserve. God in the universe, hear my prayers. Do they? Because I don't feel like I'm fucking getting anything. Why am I even here? By no mistake in the river. Why am I here? Okay. I get it though. Yeah, death. It's just like for slow death? Am I just here to eat tacos every day and die? I mean, what am I doing? Just to be stuck? To be the constant sacrificial lamb is what this feels like. I mean, am I the one that everybody looks at and says, don't do that? Alright, this is what happens when you talk to that kind of person. Am I the example of the sacrificial fucking lamb? And did I sign up for this? Taurus? This is God too. This would be Jesus, the sacrifice, the hangman for me with the Hierophant would be that. Like, is this my story? Or even greater and more in depth, is this belief in this book creating something where it seems like this shit is actually playing out in real time way too much? Why would I be here and be born? And it has a lot to do with the families you're born into, the choices they made, correct? But let's just say, generally speaking, why the fuck am I here? All I do is I feel like I'm constantly defending myself for shit. And when I refuse to do that, nobody wants to be around me. So here I go again. The Magician in reverse. I don't fuck with black magic, and it seems like I'm an outcast for it. You know what I mean? It's like, is all this shit just... I mean, I don't like gaslighting. I'm honest. I don't like manipulating. I'm committed. I commit. But what the... I do really feel like this story about Jesus may not be literal anymore, because I feel like it's my fucking life. Okay. I get it. I mean, how much is truth and how much is not? Do I just say, like, right now, this moment, let me start over right now. No beliefs. Forget the Bible. Forget everything about history, and let me just start over right now and see what I experience as far as some being helping me out. OV. FM. MC. This could even be healing, that some of you feel like you're really sick and you're starting to look at shit differently because you kind of had this belief that this being was going to heal you from things. And I don't feel like I'm being healed. I'm not even sure that this is physical sickness. I think this is the internal thing. I would have at least expected for this Almighty to have been able to heal the internal sickness that seems to be destroying the planet and the universe, is what it feels to me. I guess not. OMC. Oh, my Carlisle original male character. Okay, well, that's another thing that would make people not recognize that it could be just a story about this type of life. Sacrifice, feeling like you give back to the world and get nothing. Maybe Jesus, when they talked about him preaching, maybe he was trying to tell people, or maybe he didn't know, right? Whatever this is, it feels like it's the opposite with the magician in the reverse. Maybe the more you sacrifice for good, the less you get. Either way, this feels too familiar for a lot of people. Original male character, also seeing that it's a male. Females wind up not ever really truly allowing themselves to feel bad for themselves, because you feel like this Jesus cat. Even if you didn't believe anymore that someone's coming down from the friggin' sky, but you still believed it was a male. You know what I mean? Like Jesus' bride and shit. It just got way out of control, but all I know is this. I'm kind of tired of, what do? Do I start manipulating? Do I tell people now when you're hungry and shit, I just step over you? Skill. What skill is this? Oh, this is wife. If you're a female and you feel like this is your life, it's like, my only skill is not being a wife or a mother. Yeah. I think there are a lot of women who feel like this is their story, I'm going to be honest. And just because it seems like it became a man's world and a certain type of man's world, but we forgot about that other part about the woman. Yep. I mean, this guy's like, I'm kind of starting to live my life. This man here, like Jesus. Everywhere I go, I hold doors. I tip well, even if they don't deserve it. What would happen if I just kind of, not so much being rude, but just being more cut off from the world? What that would get for you. I don't notice a difference for me, but then I have people who intentionally sit there and shake to stop me from gaining something. And if they know that something worked out for me, they're rocking back and forth. I don't know what the fuck this is. I mean, was that in the Bible? What happens after you carry the cross and you have this shit in your forehead breaking through and bleeding and shit, then people stone you? What comes after that? That now? So you finally get to the finish line and you're bleeding and stoned and shit and beaten, and you make it to the finish line and somebody's still pissed off that you made it like that. Will somebody remove these people, please? Somebody do something. Kick them off a cliff, set them up to go on camping things, and then leave them out there and set up bear traps and shit. I don't know, but I want to believe that we're more advanced in this when it comes to this type of situation. You know what this feels like too? The cross is not enough. Whatever this is that you're bearing, right? This is you, right, bearing the cross, and here's the fucking nailing and shit. Like, you're nailed to the cross, and this could even with your arms out signify it for me, just right now. And it's like they still want to fucking beat you down and break you down. Please don't mistake in the fact that Jesus' story, this is what I'm picking up. Please have some compassion for us women who have sacrificed too. Did we sacrifice too many women? Yeah, I think people are going to wind up, when it comes to this particular subject, staying off social media when it comes to this and just going by what they're experiencing. All right, you can read the Bible and say, oh, this sounds like my story last year, and do it like that and keep your mind right. Taking it literal may take you to somewhere else. And then when it comes to movies and shit about the Ten Commandments and about Jesus and the Bible, I would just stay clear from it. It feels like it poisoned way too many people's brain because of the literal sense that it was taken, you know? In which it was, right, perceived, accepted, taken in, sour, I see. Leaves a sour taste in your mouth. IEO. What was that? Old MacDonald had a farm. EI. There you go. EI, an honest farm. I don't know what that is. That could even be some people that are watching these videos about Peter Pan. And what are they called? Those nursery rhymes and shit. And what the real meaning is behind some of these cartoon characters. And how Peter Pan was a demon, they said, that used to lure children to have things done to them. How dark the history really is. If there is this loving God, this fucking dude, or this thing, this being that loves everybody like that, right? More than anybody, but gave up his own son. I mean, I don't. It's just so awkward to me, the whole thing. Why? How does this keep getting so horrible? If this is a loving God, this motherfucker, he must be tied up with and fucking ball gag somewhere. I mean, I just don't feel it at all. I don't feel safe if my life is in this cat's hands. Just the excessive lust that's out there that everybody can feel. This is even how many people wind up in prison. This is an imprisoned planet, imprisoned minds, people actually being put in cages, kids being put in prison and locked up, and things done to them, and slaughtering of animals and shit. And it's like, where the fuck are you? And I know that I don't speak about this often, actually, but it's been a while since I talked about this. I just feel like there are people now who are finally recognizing and ready to admit that maybe that story was changed to fit whatever era that was, to make the people in control feel more in control, right? I mean, stories get altered over time. Look at how many times just books, maybe even, or something that was written down, or even movies get altered and then put back out there. You can't deny that there's just no love. There's no feeling of love and protection and I got you from even the universe, it feels like. Is it just every man for themselves, or are we supposed to all work together and make sure everybody's happy, everybody's fed, everybody has a roof over their head? I mean, unless there's those people that keep doing the same fucked up shit all the time, let them learn their lesson. But there are people who just, they fall victim to the system, they fall victim to whatever it is. It could just be people constantly trying to set them up to have their tires flattened or to get fired, which is targeting and shit. This goes on more than just what's on the list. This fucking list for the government of America's most, whatever this is, terrorist watch list that some of you are on and you have no idea how the hell you got there. Who are we to say that somebody's born and then we target them and make their life difficult? Who are we? And where is this friggin' protector that loves his children like this? Understanding. We're starting to understand it. Let's find out what this understanding is. Tell me. Just give me one card, one understanding, please. Not allowed to celebrate. It could even be this one world government, one world religion thing. And people don't step in now and say no. Look, targeting. That's what it is. All right, that Jesus was targeted, a targeted individual. He represented somebody that had a lot of attention on him because of what he gave back. It was instinctive and natural for him because he was gifted in many areas to just be able to be there wherever he needed to be. And it seemed like the universe kind of gave him a shitty hand because I mean, it could have been that he figured out the laws of the universe and how shit works, and the universe didn't like it. I mean, who knows? It could be many things, but it just feels like it's this type of kind of made a comeback. Maybe that's what this is, right? This is the people who believe that you represent that. Big history lessons. The underdog, right? Does he represent the underdog? But the crazy thing is didn't they say that all the women liked him and shit? He's just a loner, a humanitarian, a heyoka. But they don't talk about a female version. That's the problem here. This here, these three cards I'm looking at just reminds me with this woman here is that it's putting women in jail and shit. That this has been going on for such a long time with treating women like they're less than. Even in the times of 300 when I watched that, I mean, they show you a little bit of women getting treated with respect, but if there's a strong woman that's in power, you can tell that there are a lot of men which could represent the Freemasons or just that secret society of men who like to overpower and berate women, that this has been going on, and maybe this is where it stops, right? Let's say that Jesus had a twin flame there. Okay, let's just say that shit existed, a soulmate. And he could have been kept from meeting someone. That way the two of them would have been like, now they're a double threat. I'm just thinking of ways that people could be putting that story with what's going on in their life. And I feel like there's multiple of you that are doing this. Yep, this would be the world in their hands. Power couple, standing for justice, exactly. Were they trying to keep the bride away from Jesus so that he would have a gay relationship? Is this something? I'm surprised that it hasn't already been placed in there. I'm not sure if it has. 2220, it could have been, we just don't see it because that's for those of us who don't have a life like that. That's not how we're taking it in metaphorically, right? But it could be for some people where they read that a certain verse and they see it as, okay, he wasn't interested in women because that's their thing. I mean, there could be a whole story that was left out about Jesus wanting someone in particular. I don't know, it could be this Mary character, or Mary may not have nothing to do with this shit, you never know. And keeping them two apart, right? I mean, they were in love and shit, were they? I know I'm programmed to believe that they were. There is a possibility that he really didn't, and that's why the Immaculate Conception, who knows, he could have said, I don't want this, and I like men. I don't know. Either way, I think that the gist of this is carrying a cross and going through struggle and then being shunned and shit like that. I mean, if that's something that has to happen for some type of fucking, what is this, it feels like initiation, right? Some of you have been going through this for way too long now. How long do I have to carry this shit? Especially if you're a woman and you feel that if I would have changed my sex like some of these other women to evade these attacks, but you're still here. You're so strong. I feel like it's hard for men to even approach you. You're usually the women that don't have many men in their life, and it's not because you're unattractive or you're boring. It's because they know you've been targeted. They can tell, and some of these people even were paid in the past to set up something for you, even if it was something small. How many people that could keep a secret too is, I feel astonished with how many people were involved with targeting on a whole. And actually, these are the kind of people that run their mouth with most things. But when it came to this, with people, certain people in particular, the ability to actually keep a secret when it came to bullying someone and trying to ruin every area of their life and try to get them to kill themselves so you could benefit financially off of, that's the one thing that they decided to keep their mouths shut for. I feel a lot of conviction embarrassment for even getting involved with this. I mean, for people who are retired and you're not fentanyl junkies or some type of other, in some situation where you were being blackmailed, and that's not even an excuse. You got yourself into that shit, get yourself out of it, right? But this feels like 60 and 70-year-old people who knew better getting involved. When you put it into terms like that and you understand that the goal is to just make someone's life for no reason. All right, it's usually for no fucking reason. I don't care if they're talking about shit that's going on in the world. They have a mouth. Not for someone else to say what comes out of it or what they do with it even. But just the unnecessary... When you break it down in simplistic terms and just say, your mother gave birth to you, right? And now somebody will go, what if they're AI child? You need to be removed. I can just feel that individual that has to do that with everything. But it's to just make sure that everything that person does that is stopped or attempts to do is stopped. The fucking gall to even come up with some shit like this and thinking that you're better than somebody else when it comes to things like this. I don't know, man. Things are changing. They're going to. It's inevitable. This can't keep going on. They're about to see what carrying a cross really means. Not down an aisle that's made out to be royal. I mean actually carrying a cross and being persecuted.